Your phone is stealing the life you swear you want. Welcome to Dr. Eric T. Motivation Corner. Look at me. Not your phone, not the screen you're addicted to, because your phone is stealing the life you swear you want. And you're letting it happen, not aggressively, not violently, quietly, daily, willingly. Part 1. You're not relaxing. You're deicing, let's kill the lie first. You tell yourself, I'm just checking something. I'm taking a break. I deserve this. No, you're escaping. Escaping effort. Escaping discomfort. Escaping the work your future is begging you to do. And every time you escape, your phone steps in and finishes the job. The uncomfortable truth: your phone is not entertainment. It's a sedative that keeps you calm enough to stay stuck, distracted enough to avoid responsibility, satisfied enough to delay your potential. That's why it works. Micro story. Be honest, you open your phone for 5 minutes. You look up, 8 hours gone. Nothing built, nothing improved, nothing moved forward, but you feel tired. That's the scam. Calm reality check: you don't feel drained because you worked hard. You feel drained because you wasted attention. Attention is energy, and you're bleeding it all day. Explosive truth: you can't build a serious life with a distracted mind. It's impossible. That your phone knows you better than you know why you are. So if this part matters, your phone is not neutral. That IT learns you. What you like, what you avoid when you're weak, when you're bored, when you're lonely, and it feeds you exactly enough stimulation to keep you from changing. Not too much, just enough. Micro story. The trap: you sit down to work, 0.5 minutes in. Slight discomfort, slight boredom, slight resistance. Your hand reaches for your phone automatically. Not consciously. That's training. Your phone trained you to quit the moment things get uncomfortable. Calm truth: that reflex is not your personality, that it's conditioning, and anything conditioned can be retrained, but only if you admit the problem. Explosive question: when was the last time you sat alone with no phone in? Actually worked, not scrolled, not planned. Worked exactly to your losing years in small dose. Let's talk numbers, not emotions. 0.2 hours a day on your phone equals 730 hours a year. That's 30 full days. Every year, 0.5 years, 150 days. Almost half a year of your life gone to nothing. No skill, no strength, no progress. Just noise. Micro story. The future sting: one day you'll see someone your age winning, not smarter, not luckier, just more focused, and the thought will hit you: I had the same time. Yes, you wasted it. Calm pause: this is not about guilt. Guilt keeps you stuck. This is about awareness, because awareness creates anger, and anger creates change. Your phone is replacing. Read this slowly. Before phones, boredom, forced thinking, silence, forced reflection, stillness, forced discipline. Now, the moment life slows down, you escape. You never sit with discomfort long and not grow from it. Micro story. Training avoidance: you start something new. Gym, studying, building. The first week feels hard. Instead of pushing through, you numb yourself, scroll, laugh, distract, and the habit dies quietly. Not because you couldn't do it, because you couldn't sit with discomfort. Explosive reality: discomfort is the price of progress. Your phone keeps you broke by helping you avoid that price. That you say you want success. Your actions say, let's expose the contradiction. You say you want focus, confidence, discipline, freedom, but you train. Distraction, impulse, weak, attention, constant. Escape: your actions vote louder than your words. And right now, you're voting against your future. Calm truth: nobody becomes great accidentally. They become great by protecting their attention. That's it. Explosive statement: if you don't control your phone will control your life. There is no middle ground. Into part one. Don't ignore this NT. This part wasn't meant to hype you. That IT was meant to expose you. Because the moment you see the problem clearly, you can't unsee it. And now every scroll comes with awareness. That's where change starts. In the next part, we're going to break down why quitting phone addiction feels impossible, why your brain resists focus, and how disciplined people rebuild control. But for now, do this one thing. Put your phone down and sit in silence for 5 minutes. If that feels uncomfortable, good. That's the life you've been avoiding, and it's waiting for you to take it back. Part two. Your brain is addicted. Not weak. Let's clear something up: that you're not lazy, that you're not broken, that you're not hopeless, that you're conditioned. Your brain has been trained to crave fast reward, constant stimulation, zero effort, pleasure, and your phone is the perfect dealer. The uncomfortable science, simple and real. Every time you scroll, your brain gets a hit, a tiny reward, a cheap win, O effort, and O risk, and O work. Your brain loves that S, when you try to focus. It feels painful. That IT feels boring. That IT feels heavy. Not because work is bad, but because your brain is withdrawing. Micro story. The first 10 minutes you sit down to do something meaningful. Minute 1, fine. Minute 5, restless. Minute 10, irritated. Your brain says, check your phone. Not as a suggestion, a demand. That's addiction behavior. Calm truth. Listen carefully. If focus feels painful, that means focus is exactly what you need. Pain is the signal that why you can't think deep anymore. This part hurts, but it matters. You struggle to read long, think clearly, stay present, finish what you start. That's not age, that's fragmented attention. Your phone trained your mind to live in 15-second pieces, but your dreams require long, effort, deep, focus, board, repetition, and right now, those feel impossible. Micro story. Half living, you read everywhere. Music playing, phone open, notifications buzzing, mind scattered. That you're alive, but not present. That's why days feel short and years disappear. Explosive statement: a distracted life feels fast until you realize you went nowhere. That your phone makes hard work feel heavier than IT. Just read this twice. Work didn't get harder. You lost tolerance for boredom. That's the real damage. Before, you could sit, you could grind, you could wait. Now, 5 minutes feels long. Silence feels uncomfortable. Stillness feels wrong. That's not normal. That's trained impatience. Micro story. The gym effect: you start working out. First set, hard. Second set, uncomfortable. Your brain says, this isn't worth it. Why? Because it's used to reward without effort. But real growth always comes after discomfort. Calm reminder: everything you want is on the other side. Off boredom, you keep escaping. Why quitting your phone feels like losing your identity. Let's go deeper. Your phone is not just a tool anymore. It's your escape, your validation, your distraction, your comfort. When you put it down, you're left with silence, thoughts, reality, and that scares you. Micro story. Silence panic. You put your phone away in music and scrolling. Your thoughts get loud. You remember what you haven't done, what you've avoided, who you said you'd become, so you grab the phone again. Not because you're weak, because you're avoiding accountability. Explosive truth, your phone protects you from facing your own potential. That attention is the new currency. In your BR, okay, let me reframe this, that I in this world. Talent is common. Ideas are common. Access is common. Attention is rare in your. Giving yours away to people who don't even know your name. Micro story. Value exchange you give. Hours focus energy you get. Laughs, noise, distraction, no return. In O growth and O leverage. Calm warning, people who control their attention control their future. People who don't tear control. The moment you realize theft, is the shift at some point, you'll notice. You reach for your phone without thinking. You feel anxious without it. You avoid work with it. That's when you realize your time is being stolen with your permission. Explosive clarity, nobody is forcing you. That's the scary part, that you're choosing this, that how strong people respond. Why strong people aren't anti-phone, that they're anti-distraction. They decide when to use it, why to use it, how long to use it. Don't let it decide for them. Micro story. Controlled use, they work first, then they reward. Not scroll first and promise work later. Order matters. Common instruction, you don't need to quit your phone. You need to demote it from masterdo. Tool that in a part 2. The line has been dug and you now know why focus feels painful, why boredom scares you, why discipline feels heavy. Nothing is wrong with you, but something must change. That I end the next part. We're going to do what most people avoid. Rebuild focus from zero. Train discipline again. Make your phone obey you, not with motivation, with structure. Until then, ask yourself this: who's in control right now? Or the device in your hand? Be honest. That answer decides everything. Part 3. Taking your life back from the screen. 3,000 plus words. This is not about deleting apps. This is not about screen time tips. This is about who's in control of your life right now. It's not you. And until that changes, nothing else will. Let's be honest about what your phone really is. Your phone is not neutral. It's not harmless. It's not just a tool. It's a behavior shaping machine that IT rewards you for. Doing nothing, reacting instead of acting, consuming instead of creating, watching instead of building. And the scariest part, it works even when you know it's working. Micro story. Autopilot, you don't even decide anymore. You feel slightly uncomfortable phone. You feel bored phone. You feel anxious phone. You feel tired phone. In O thought, in O pause. That's not freedom. That's programming. Calm truth. Anything you do automatically controlling you. Why? Willpower fails every time. Let's kill another lie. You think you lack willpower. No, you're just trying to fight a system with feelings. Your phone is engineered, is optimized, is tested on millions of brains. You tired, distracted, emotional. That's not a fair fight. Explosive clarity. If your discipline strategy is I'll try harder, you've already lost. The real battle is not the phone. It's IDNTITY. This is where it gets deep. You don't just scroll because it feels good. You scroll because it lets you avoid asking hard questions. What am I doing with my life? Why am I behind? What am I scared to try? Who would I be without distraction? Your phone protects you from confronting yourself. Micro story. The mirror, put the phone down. In own music, in own noise. Just you. What thoughts show up? That discomfort isn't random. That's your real life knocking. Calm reality growth begins where distraction ends. That you can't build a serious life with a fragmented. And to read this slowly. Your goals require long focus, repetition, patience, boredom. Tolerance. Your phone trains. Impatient scattered, thinking constant, novelty emotional dependency. These two cannot coexist. Point one has to die. Micro story. Unfinished life. How many things have you started and quietly abandoned? Gym plans, courses, ideas, habits. Not because you couldn't do them, because you couldn't stay focused long enough to get past the boring part. Explosive truth, the boring part is the separation. Discipline starts when you stop. This is the turning point. Right now, you negotiate with yourself all day. I'll work after this. Just one more scroll. I deserve a break. That inner conversation is why you lose. Calm instruction, serious people remove choice. They don't ask, do I feel like it? They decide, this is what happens at this time. No debate. Micro story. Structure win, same time, same place, same task, every day. Motivation becomes irrelevant. That's how control is rebuilt. That your phone must lose its. Hear me clearly. Your phone is not evil, but it has too much access. Unlimited access creates addiction. Discipline looks like this. Phone is earned, not automatic. Entertainment follows effort. Scrolling is scheduled, not emotional. That's not restriction. That's leadership. Explosive statement. You don't need more freedom. You need more control. The first 7 days will feel awful, and that's good. Let me warn you, when you reduce phone use, you'll feel restless, you'll feel bored, you'll feel irritated, you'll feel empty. That's withdrawal, not weakness. Micro story. Detox moment, day 2. You keep reaching for the phone, but there's nothing there. Your brain panics. Good. That means the spell is breaking. Calm reassurance. The discomfort is temporary. Regret lasts forever. What to do when boredom? HITS, this is practical. When boredom hits, you have two choices. Escape, endure. Escape keeps you average. Endure builds power. Micro actions that rebuild control. Sit still for 5 minutes. Work through the urge. Finish one small task. Stay when it's uncomfortable. You don't need heroic effort. You need non-escape. Explosive reminder every time you don't escape. You get stronger. Your attention is your life force. Let's stop dancing around this. Where your attention goes, your life follows. That you've been giving it away to algorithms, drama, noise, other people's lives, and wondering why yours feels empty. Micro story. Stolen future. You watched thousands of hours. What did you build? Be honest. Calm truth. Attention invested returns growth. Attention wasted returns regret. The people you admire are not more focused. That's it. They guard their mornings. Protect deep work. Limit distractions. Say no often, not because they're extreme, because they're serious. Explosive clarity. Average people entertain themselves to death. Focused people build quietly. This is where most people back out right here, because this requires sacrifice. Less scrolling, less dopamine, less comfort, but more self-respect, clarity, progress, power. You can't have both. Calm decision point. You don't need to change everything today. You need to choose. Who's in charge? Your impulses or your future? Final pressure. And no more delay. Let's end this clean. Your phone didn't ruin your life, but it's helping you avoid saving it. And now you know. From this point on, every scroll is a choice. Every distraction is a decision. Every delay is self-inflicted. Don't lie to yourself anymore. Either take control or accept the life distraction gives you, but stop pretending you want more while training yourself for less. Put the phone down. Sit in the discomfort at D. Oh, the work. That's how you take your life back. Part 4. When distraction ends, responsibility begins. 3,000 plus words. Let's say it clean. The reason you keep your phone close is not because you love entertainment, that it's because distraction delays accountability. As long as you're distracted, you don't have to answer the hardest question. What am I actually doing with my life? The silence you've been running FR on the moment the phone goes away. Silence shows up, and silence is dangerous for people who've been avoiding themselves. Silence brings thoughts you buried, promises you broke, standards you lowered, dreams you postponed. That's why you reach for the screen. Not for fun. For relief. That micro story. The moment of truth you put the phone down, and oh notifications, and oh music, and oh noise. Within minutes, your mind starts talking. You should be further. You're wasting time. You know what you should be doing. That voice isn't your enemy. It's your conscience waking up. Calm truth: most people don't hate hard work. They hate being alone with the truth about themselves. That distraction is how people avoid growing up. Let's go to some point in life. Everyone has to choose comfort or responsibility. Phones let you delay that choice. You can stay entertained, distracted, joking, scrolling, while real life waits. Bills wait, time waits, opportunity waits. But not forever. Micro story. Delayed adulthood. You're old enough to know better. Old enough to have responsibilities. Old enough to see the gap. But you're still living like time is unlimited. That gap between who you are and who you should be. That's not bad luck. That's avoidance. Explosive truth distraction is childish. Not because it's fun, but because it avoids responsibility. That your phone makes you emotionally SOFT. This part hurts. Your phone trains you to avoid discomfort, chase quick pleasure, escape boredom, react emotionally. That creates softness, not kindness, not empathy. Softness under pressure. Micro story. Pressure response: something goes wrong. Instead of fixing it, facing it, working through it, you escape, scroll, watch, numb. That habit bleeds into everything. Calm reality. Strong people don't escape discomfort. They process it. And processing requires stillness. Why real confidence feels impossible. Right? NOW say you lack confidence. Let me tell you why. Confidence is not a personality trait. It's evidence. And your life right now doesn't provide much evidence. Evidence comes from showing up when tired, finishing what you start, doing hard things alone, keeping promises to yourself. Your phone interrupts all of that. Confidence never gets built. Micro story. Broken trust. You tell yourself, tonight I'll work. You scroll instead. Your brain remembers. Next time you promise yourself something, your brain doesn't believe you. That's where confidence dies. Explosive clarity. You don't need affirmations. You need proof. Discipline is built in boring moments. Let's strip the fantasy. Discipline is not intense. It's dull. Same routine, same effort, same resistance. Day after day. Your phone steals those moments. Micro story. Missed reps. You had 20 minutes. Enough time to read, train, learn, build, but you scrolled. That was a rep you missed. Miss enough reps and strength disappears. Calm reminder. Nobody becomes disciplined by accident. They become disciplined by not escaping boredom. You've been living reactively. And it's costing you worse. Think about your days. Notifications decide. When you look, what you feel, what you think, what you focus on, that's reactive living. And reactive people never lead their own lives. Micro story. Hijack day, you wake up with a plan, point one notification later. Mood shifts, focus breaks time, disappears the day. Ends. Nothing important got done. That's not chaos, that's a lack of control. Explosive statement. If you don't design your day, your phone will design it for you. Taking control feels boring before it feels RFUL. This is important. When you start taking control, life feels slower, days feel quieter, emotions feel sharper. That scares people. They think something is wrong. Nothing is wrong, that you're detoxing from noise. Micro story. Early discipline phase first week. Restless, irritated, doubtful second week. Clearer, calmer, focused third week. Stronger, sharper, more confident. Most people quit in week one. That's why they never feel weak. 3. Calm, truth, power doesn't arrive loud. It arrives stable. This is where most people turn bad, because this is where excuses die. You can't blame algorithm, society, phones, distractions anymore. You know the cost now. Calm decision moment from here on. Every scroll is conscious. Every distraction is chosen. Every delay is intentional. Final pressure. Read this TV. Your phone didn't steal your life. You handed it over. But what's handed over can be taken back. Not with emotion. Not with speeches. With daily, boring, disciplined choices. Put the phone away. Sit with. Silence. The work. Repeat. That's how people quietly rebuild their lives. And one day, you'll look back and realize the moment you stopped scrolling away your life was the moment you finally started living it. Now close this and prove it.